Well, the NHL entry draft in Dallas is over for the Winnipeg Jets, and kind of an uneventful weekend. How would you classify it there, Ken?
I think that's a pretty good word, Michael. Because the Jets didn't have a first-round pick, there wasn't that same kind of buzz. They've been an organization that have hit on a lot of their first-round picks, with a lot of them already contributing to their lineup. But with only picking at 60, there was a lot of waiting. We thought for a bit that maybe there might be a trade to see if the Jets could move back up into the first round, but there wasn't anything really to be had. And Tyler Myers may be a guy that was rumored to be some inquiries being made about him. Nothing transpired on that front. But the Jets get 3 players who will commit to American college, not this fall, but in the fall of 2019-20. So I would say there's probably a few project players in there. One of those guys, Nathan Smith, is a Tampa guy, 19-year-old kid who started out in roller hockey.
Wow. And
only started playing at 11 years old. So a little bit of a untraditional model, I guess, if you will. But David Gustafsson is a guy they're excited about, a Swedish centerman. He was a guy who was a late cut from the World Junior team last year, and he's hoping to be back on that team this year. He's a pretty motivated guy. Played in the Swedish Hockey League last year as a 17-year-old. Not a lot of offensive numbers, but he's known as a very smart two-way forward that's a good penalty killer and a face-off guy. So also another bit of a 2-year project, as he has a 2-year contract still to remain in Sweden for the next 2 years here.
Okay, well, let's look ahead to this 5-day negotiation window. And you know, I don't know what necessarily is on their wish list, because they seem to have a lot of pieces are coming back, with the exception of maybe Paul Stastny, and we've talked about this and their desire to bring him back. Aside from Paul, do you see any other kind of options for them during the free agency period, and maybe even that 5 days prior to July 1st?
Yeah, I think Kevin Cheveldayoff will be spending that 5-day window trying to lock down a couple of his own contracts. 8 of their 10 restricted free agents have arbitration rights, so you're going to have to start making check marks in those boxes as you move along. I think the Jets are in a position where if they don't have Paul Stastny signed by the middle of next week, I think it's probably a foregone conclusion he could be gone. I think by Monday or Tuesday, you should know what he can attract from other teams. So I think there's still a will from both sides to make something happen. But if he's not signed before July 1st, it's probably going to be difficult to retain him.
Well, you know, that's the blessing of kind of having a team that goes to the conference final, and also, you know, has a lot of players coming back. Makes your job less interesting because you don't have a whole lot to write about. But, you know, I'm sure you'll find something this summer. I'm sure the Jets are going to be busy on a lot of fronts that we're not even expecting. So we'll see how it goes for them. And for Post Media News, this is Ken Wiebe. I'm Michael Tracos.